Hello and welcome back to the Ultimate Business Course. We are now on Module 11, so well done for getting this far. I hope you've had a fantastic journey with us this far and you are ready to wrap up the final 5 modules so that we can put your whole business plan into action. Today we're going to be looking at your sales. Sales is business. If you don't have sales, you don't have money. If you don't have money, you don't have business. This is the engine. This is the important part of your business, and we really need to take an in-depth look at how you can generate more money for your business. You may be in a position where you haven't started your business yet, in which case everything is theoretical and you're wondering how you're going to generate money from your business, which is fantastic because you can get all of these principles in place before you even begin. Perhaps you've been in business for a while and yet you're frustrated because you're not achieving the income that you know you deserve. You work really, really hard, you put in everything that you've got and you're not satisfied with the return that you're getting. No matter what stage of business you're in at the moment, this will benefit you. These principles work for massive global corporations down to incy-wincy teeny startup businesses who are at day one or even pre-launch. So these are principles, they work. And if you put them into place in your business, they will work for you so that your business is a system that you manage and the system works for you. The system makes you money. And that's where every business owner should aim to get to. You should aim to get to the point where you've created a system that makes you money. You can almost call it a money-making machine. Now, there are many things that are more important than money, but money is the most important thing for your business. The way you do business, the way you treat people, the various ways that you sell can be done nicely in an effective yet nice, pleasant way, as opposed to hard, direct, cold sales. However, the end result needs to be money. Cash flow. You've got to make sure that your business is generating enough money to sustain it and hopefully to make a significant profit. That's the whole point of business, to make a profit. You are not in a charity, you are not in a hobby, you are in business. So, let's take a look at how you can get your business to produce as much money as possible. We're going to start with what's called the lead magnet menu. This is a system that we've developed here at the Women's Business Club to help business owners to grow their businesses. I wouldn't say without doing more work. I would say without doing more work after this hard work of putting the system in place has occurred. So at first, yes, it's hard work. You're going to have to really force yourself, push yourself to develop the system. But after that, the system will do the hard work for you. So our lead magnet menu is one of those systems. So let's go through the lead magnet menu. Magnet is an acrostic, and so each letter means something. Each letter forms one of the principles for our lead magnet menu. And then menu, we will move on to an actual menu where you can pick and choose things from and take your customers through a clear process, just like if they were sitting in a restaurant picking their items from a menu. The M in magnet speaks of your emails, your newsletters, your autoresponders, and even your direct mail. You're looking at things that you are sending out to your target audience. Now, we have covered matching solutions, matching pain. We have covered how important it is that your business is providing a service that takes away people's pain, their problems. So you want to do it from that point of view. You are now sending out mailers. You are now sending out solutions to your target audience. So your mailers, you want to then capture people into your lead, into your CRM, into wherever you keep your leads. Autoresponders are fantastic tools where you can take the existing people in your database and send them more information without being too in their face about it, without being bye. Autoresponders are simply, if you imagine the number of emails you send out every day, and then imagine how many people you could bounce an autoresponder back to. I don't know about you, I get hundreds of emails a day. If every one of those emails bounced back a quick autoresponder, I could be marketing more effectively. So that autoresponder could say something like, we aim to get back to you within 48 hours, or whatever your promise is to your customers, or it may be we operate a calm email box and it will take time to get back to you, whatever you wanted to say. But then followed on by that, you can then have something, but in the meantime, have you seen? And that's where you can get benefits from your mail out, from your autoresponder. That's where you can say, have you seen that we have a new book out? Have you seen we have this course coming up? Have you seen? And so you can use your autoresponder to bounce back tons of information, and they won't mind getting it because they've emailed you. You are merely autoresponding. Your newsletters, again, your newsletters should be pitched to give information, education, a few buttons or links to buy, and also you can then encourage them to share the newsletter. You can give incentive for people to click the share now button. Share this newsletter now, and then that will generate even more leads into your system. But give them an incentive for doing so, or make them feel like they've loved the content so much that they want to share it. Your emails, you can be very creative with your emails. Have you considered using the signature part of your email to put more information? For a while, I used the signature part of my email to introduce people to the new book I'd written. And so I would have my signature, and beneath that, I would have you seen my latest book? It's up for sale, click here. And that was another way to, again, generate more leads specifically for my book. There's so much you can do. And in the same way, using electronic mailers, you can also use direct mail. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to go putting spam through people's letterboxes, because they already get a lot of that and they're just going to put it in the pile and pop it in the bin. But what about for your ideal customer, somebody you really want to impress, somebody you really want to work with? Why not get a nice colored envelope, not white and not the brownish color that usually come with bills in, a colored envelope that matches your brand. In the Women's Business Club, our envelopes are bright pink because that's our brand color. Handwritten potentially on the letter, and inside put something in the letter that will be interesting for them to read or of value. It could be a discount or a voucher, it could be a handwritten card to an invitation to an event, it could just be a letter where you share some new information with them. Whatever the case may be, you can use direct mail effectively. It's been done very poorly for years, but if you do it well, you could get a really good return. At the Women's Business Club, we actually have a postcard that we send out, and it's just an inspirational message with a beautiful graphic and a personalized note at the back. It's very simple. We use docmail.com, and it costs us, I think, 47 or 57p. We send it out just to tell people we're thinking of them. There's no link to any sales material, nothing. It's simply there to keep our brand visible as one of our lead magnets, and hopefully that will produce more interest in our company, because we've taken the time to produce something that is unique, original, inspirational, motivational, or whatever you want to call it. The A in your lead magnet is advertising. Now, many people think advertising is expensive and doesn't work. And on the whole, that's true. Advertising done well is highly effective. You do have your usual social media advertising that you can do, which is good value for money. It gives you the flexibility to tweak and test and improve, which traditional advertising doesn't give you. And also, if you really want to do well with social media advertising, either consult an expert or do a tutorial, or really experiment a lot and dig down into all the features that social media advertising offers you. The worst thing you can do is just click boost post on Facebook, for example. That will give you, perhaps it might give you a small return, but really you haven't done much at all. You've put no effort into it, and that's it will still get more results than doing nothing, but it really isn't the best that you can do on social media advertising. You could also use reviews, testimonials to use in your advertising to spread the word about what you do. That's a fantastic way to advertise your business. You are not telling people how great your business is, but other people are telling them how great your business is. And so gather those reviews, gather that feedback, and advertise your business with them. Magazine advertising can be effective, magazine and newspaper advertising, but it can also be a highly expensive waste of money. At the Women's Business Club, we have our Maximized Women's Business magazine, and we have a fantastic system where we offer one-page complimentary editorial space with every full-page advert purchased. And the reason we do this is because we know that when there's a story or an expert article next to an advert, you're more likely to get results because people read the story or the expert article, they like what they read, and then they look at the advert, and they look at the advert through the lens of liking what they've read about the company, they're more likely to respond. So that is something that we like to do for our advertisers, to make sure that they get a really good return for the investment. We've also decided to pitch our advertising at an affordable level because we want it to be accessible for not only large businesses but also for small startups. So this is the one way that magazine advertising can really work, is when you get involved with the Women's Business magazine. One other thing that I'd like to mention about advertising, magazine advertising, and this principle applies whether you put it in our magazine or any newspaper advert out there, and that is, make sure that you are considering pains and solutions even in your advertising. Consider, are you speaking to their pain point? Are they going to respond because you're offering a solution? Then it becomes a lead magnet. If you're just putting up your graphics and your contact details and a summary of what you offer, you are unlikely to get a response. So you really have to appeal to their pain, show your solution, and then have a clear call to action on your advert. If they don't know how to access that solution to their pain, it's pretty pointless. So really look at your advertising. It can be a highly effective lead magnet. Facebook in particular have a lead generation element to their adverts where you can create your advert and connect it directly to your MailChimp or Salesforce, and you can get those leads directly from Facebook plugged into whatever CRM you're using, and then create a series of autoresponders, which is an absolutely fantastic way to generate leads. The only problem with that is you may not get qualified leads if you don't pitch your advert correctly. You may just get everything under the sun. So make sure that you are pitching your advert in a way that it will attract qualified leads, your target audience, relevant people. Then we look at the G in your lead magnet menu. The G stands for games. Have you seen how much time people spend wasting time on Facebook filling in all these quizzes and playing all these games? Oh my goodness. They really do. And sometimes it could just be that they need a well-deserved rest, and so that's how they've chosen to take their break. No matter what the reason is, they spend time on it. They take quizzes to find out who they were in a former life, or find out what their personality color is, or to find out, you name it, people will fill in a quiz to find out things. Why don't you come up with a game or a quiz that you can use on social media that people will have fun filling in and they'll share, but use it in a way that it becomes a lead magnet where you can capture leads. Another thing you can do is a giveaway. You can have prizes and giveaways and competitions. And raffles. There's a fantastic website called rafflecopter.com where you can set up your raffle, but you set your lead criteria. So you could say, for example, if you tweet this, you'll get 1 entry into the raffle. If you comment on this blog post, you will get 2 entries into the raffle, etc., etc. And so you can set the criteria, and that gets people sharing the raffle, and it's highly effective. And at the end, it will send you a list of your entrants, or you could simply randomize the list and they will select a winner for you. So I highly recommend that if you want to run raffles as well. It links very well with Facebook and other social media, very easy to use and a highly effective way of generating leads. They do have to fill in their email address. They do have to fill in the contact details that you ask for in order to enter the raffle. And so again, it's another lead magnet. The N in your lead magnet is networking. This is when you get your physical person out there. There's so much you can do online, electronically, through social media, through email, through phone calls. There's so much you can do without actually going anywhere. The best thing for your business is to get your physical person out there. Get your body out there to be visible and present in the real world. You know the age-old saying, people buy from people. Get yourself out there so people can meet you and like you and buy from you. Networking events can be highly effective. Conferences, business shows, trade shows, anywhere where you physically have to go or where you can send your sales team. So get connected in person at some sort of networking event, where you can practice some of what you've learned in the other modules as well, where you can make real life connections and get people to buy into who you are before they buy what your business is offering. The E in magnet is expertise. Now there's a long list of ways that you can package your expertise. There's a way that you can take what you know and put it out there as a lead magnet. You could produce guides. Have you ever gone into the internet and typed how do I or how to? We all do. We all want to know how to do something. I particularly remember a time where I was knitting. I haven't knitted in years and I decided I was going to knit something. But then I got to the very end and I forgot how to end, how to cast off. And so I quickly jumped onto the internet and typed how to cast off in knitting, and up popped some tutorials and videos. Fantastic. If I were their target audience, they would have now captured my attention and could have taken my contact details, and that would have been a lead magnet for them. In your business, what guides can you create? What promotional videos or how-to videos, how-to documents, PDFs, whatever the case may be, what can you package your expert knowledge? How can you package your expert knowledge to get people to come to you and give their contact details for you because they want that expert knowledge? You could create reports. You could look at collating various data around a particular subject and produce reports. People find that interesting. Come up with statistics and numbers or whatever the case may be. Reviews, templates. In the Women's Business Club, we have a shop. So if you go to shop.womensbusiness.club, you will see that we have an amazing array of templates and tutorials where business owners can come and save themselves on a lot of legal fees and hard work, and simply for £2.99 they can download our templates. Now, our templates are not free. They wouldn't fall necessarily under lead magnet because it's payable. However, from time to time we release a promo code to allow people to get these things for free. So we use it again as one of our lead magnets. You can create cheat sheets, video series, mini courses, checklists, webinars, videos, ebooks, statistic lists, you name it. You can take your expertise and package it in a myriad of different ways so that you can start generating qualified leads to your business. And the T in magnet is trial. Could you offer free trials, samples, discounts, extra pop-ups? Are there ways that you could help people to sample your business at no charge in exchange for their contact information? And so this is the lead magnet. Now we're going to move on to the menu because it's an entire system. You have the lead magnet menu, which when you put it all together, you're going to see it's going to generate phenomenal leads and returns for your business time and time again. But before we do that, let's look at some statistics. As you know, I love quotes and statistics. Here's one for you. 98% of your traffic isn't ready to buy now. And 70% of all website visitors on average will never return to your website. 98% of your traffic isn't ready to buy now. And 70% of all website visitors on average will never return to your website. So you need to get an awful lot of traffic across your website to actually capture in that net that 2% that isn't ready to buy, that is ready to buy. So 98% is not ready to buy. You want to capture that 2% that is ready to buy, and you want to capture that 30% that are likely to come back to your website. This diagram shows the lead magnet menu, and we've modeled it on a proven strategy that is used by Starbucks and McDonald's and other big businesses. So this is modeled on a proven existing model, but we've added our own little twist to it and turned it into a proper menu. The first thing you do is you select your magnets. So you put on the top of your diagram all the magnets that you have chosen to filter the traffic into your system. Then the very next thing you do is, once you've got them, you offer a taster. So your taster will be something that they can just have to taste your food. For example, if you were going to a caterer and wanted to plan a function, they would put out bite-sized tasters of everything on the menu so that you could sample the food, and then you would decide which ones you wanted to go with. In the same way, in your business, is there a way, or are there things that you can provide as tasters that you can put out there to whet people's appetite and get them to go to starter level? Test your taster ideas. Make sure that it is actually what people want as tasters. Tweak and change accordingly until you really have amazing tasters out there that make people really want to come to your business and buy from you. The next part of the journey is the starter. Now imagine you're going to a restaurant. You're going to the most amazing exclusive restaurant that you've ever come across. And so you're going for a full 3-course meal. You are going to have a starter, a main, or a dessert, and you want the full experience. Imagine that's the case. Now imagine you want your business to be like this restaurant to your ideal customers. You want them to come for the full experience. The worst thing you can do is offer them the main straight away. The worst thing you can do is force them to have a dessert. What you want to do is, you have already successfully given them the taste and they've decided to come to your restaurant. Now you're going to offer them a starter. Your starter in your business is something that's priced very affordably. It will be something like £1 or £2 or £5. It will be something that doesn't have a significant financial value. It's certainly not something that you're going to rely on for your mainstream of income. In fact, you're not too bothered if you even make any money off of this at all. This point, the starter, is critical. It's crucial to your customers' buying journey. The reason it's crucial is because this starter will take them from a prospect to a buyer. Think about that. How powerful is that? They've stopped being a prospect and they've become a buyer. And you want to make that step, that transition from prospect to buyer, as easy and as natural as possible. So you take them from taster to starter by getting them to step over that what would be perceived as a massive hurdle. You get them to step over it with ease by offering an entry level something from your business that really is a no-brainer because it's so affordable. Now at this point, you'll see on the chart that there are yes and no buttons. Now in a restaurant, when I was younger, I used to waitress, and I was given liberties at the restaurant I worked at to actually offer a complimentary drink so that the customer would feel like we've heard their complaint and we're dealing with it. So if they weren't happy, or the food was taking too long, or whatever might have happened at the restaurant, I was given permission to go to the customers and say, may I offer you a complimentary drink while we look into that? for example. In the same way, in your process, you want to offer a complimentary drink. You want to offer something that will keep them in your restaurant, that will keep them in the cycle. You want to offer them something. So you could have, say somebody didn't want to buy your starter, your freebie or your cheap thing, then you could say to them, would you like to sign up to my newsletter, for example? You could say, would you like to like our Facebook page? You need to think of something that will keep them in the loop. And then from there, if you have a look at our chart, you'll see that they have the option then to then get back on track and go to main course. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are then sending them to the return path. That means that you're going to get them back to taster or starter point. You want to make sure that there's always somewhere for them to go. You don't want them to go eat at the McDonald's down the road. You don't want them to go to another restaurant. You want them to stay in your restaurant, so make sure you keep offering them options that suit them at that time. Your main course is your main product or your main services. That's the real meaty part of the business, and that's where you'd like to get them to. Many businesses will make their living, they'll make their profit off of their main course. Some businesses, however, will actually reinvest the profits from their main back into the business because they want to make their profits off of the dessert. Now we'll get to the dessert in a minute. So you decide at what point you really want to focus your energies and accumulate your profits. The main course, as I said, is your main product or service. Most businesses fail miserably as they're trying to sell their main to cold prospects. But can you see with our lead magnet menu how they're not cold? By the time they get to the main, they are ready for the main. Have you heard of Twins Ice Cream Sundae from Kilimanjaro? Can you guess how much this dessert costs? This is one of the most expensive desserts in the world. Now, I took away the expensive desserts that included diamonds and things like that because I thought that was more jewelry than desserts. For me, this is the most expensive dessert in the world. This dessert costs $60,000. It's made from Kilimanjaro's glacial ice, and this is the type of dessert that you want to offer in your business. When I'm talking about desserts in the lead magnet menu, I'm not talking about vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce. I'm not talking about Pizza Hut's unlimited eat as much as you like ice creams. I'm talking about this sort of dessert. This is the creme de la creme. This is the best in the world. Your business can offer a dessert. This is where you want to get your ideal clients to go to, your ideal customers. You want them to eat your dessert. This is a luxury product or service. This is the high end, the most expensive item that you have to offer. This is the part where your customers will understand that they need this value. They really don't want to miss out on this, the peak, the climax of what you have to offer in your business. And then what you want to do at the very end of this whole process is you want to make sure that you've got a clear return path. You want to make sure that they want to keep coming back over and over again. So think of things that you can put in your return path that will send them back up the map to any of the points, either a main or a taster or all the way back to the beginning. Make sure that there's a return path so you can produce the cycle over and over again in the life of their business or in the life of their buying cycle. You want to create a clear return path for them so that they are always in the loop in your business. They are in the buying cycle at one point or another and they are staying with you. Your return path could include email marketing, articles, it could include LinkedIn groups or Facebook groups, events, anything that will keep them connected and give them the opportunity to come back and use your business over and over again. That's our lead magnet menu. I hope that this significantly helps you in your business to really systemize your sales process and help people to come back to you over and over and over again. Thank you.